Hey, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Freakeasy Gaming, and welcome back to another video. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos, and it's not one of my gaming videos, but it does have to do with something I am very interested in, and that's the UFC, a sport I have been following for about 3 years now. And in this video regarding the UFC, I'm going to be talking about the topic of CM Punk and my thoughts on him. Now, for those of you that may not be UFC fans, maybe you're from the gaming part of my channel, but most of you know, UFC fans know, all this drama surrounding CM Punk. But for those of you who don't know, basically CM Punk, a former WWE superstar, has gotten into the UFC, and a lot of people are up in arms about it, saying things like a WWE superstar has no place in the UFC, saying things like CM Punk is going to get his ass kicked and he's not going to want to be in the UFC anymore, saying that CM Punk is crazy and an idiot, and just a bunch of hate directed towards CM Punk right now in the UFC community from a lot of people. Now guys, I'm about to share my thoughts on CM Punk in the UFC, but before I do, I ask you to watch the video all the way through, because my thoughts are a little bit different than the majority's, or at least from the majority of what I've seen. So I kindly ask you to watch the video all the way through before casting judgment, casting a thumbs down, or leaving a hate comment. Watch the video all the way through and then cast a hate comment and dislike the video at the end if you want to. But I would really appreciate those likes and subscribes. Anyways, let's get on to my thoughts of CM Punk in the UFC. First of all, do I think CM Punk is going to do good in the UFC? Yeah, I think he's going to do really well in the UFC, and here's why. 1, he has been training over a year to fight in the UFC. Now, some of you may be saying, oh, there's fighters that train their whole lives to fight in the UFC. CM Punk's only been training for about a year. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean CM Punk is a bad fighter. We haven't seen him fight yet, so we don't know where his fighting skills are at. Is he the greatest fighter in the world? Probably not. But is he as bad as people are saying he's gonna be? Is he as bad as people are saying he's gonna do? I don't think so. I think CM Punk is gonna be a very good fighter inside the UFC, and I think he's gonna go far in the UFC. Now, I may be wrong, and he may get his ass kicked this Saturday at UFC 203, but who knows? We just have to wait until then to see how good of a fighter he is. The second thing that makes me think CM Punk's going to be a good UFC fighter or do well in the UFC is that he's serious about it. If you listen to him talk and not just hate on him, listen to the guy talk. He said that the UFC is something that he's wanted to do for a very, very long time. And now that his WWE career is over and he has left it, he is now pursuing his passion of going into the UFC. And if he has a passion for it, I don't see why people are hating on him for chasing that passion. It just makes no sense. He's trying to pursue happiness, and we all have the right to the pursuit of happiness. But as I was saying, it's something he's serious about. He's been training over a year to do this, so you know it's not something that he just wanted to do one day. You know it's something that he's been very serious about. He's been training over a year, and that's dedication. Think about it. Would he really train over a year to do something that he really didn't want to do? No. So that's why I think he might do really well in the UFC, because it's something he's serious about and it's something he's training for. And now guys, I've noticed a lot of people are upset at the fact that CM Punk is 0-0 in his MMA and UFC career, and he's already getting a chance to fight in the UFC on pay-per-view. And that's making a lot of people angry. And the reason why that makes people angry is because there's other fighters that are amateurs who have worked, harder, who have worked longer than CM Punk. I don't want to say harder than CM Punk, but I want to say there's fighters out there that have been training more than 1 year, a lot longer than CM Punk to do the UFC, and they haven't even gotten into the UFC. So I could see how a lot of people are upset and angry. If there's people with way more fighting experience than CM Punk, and CM Punk gets to be in the UFC and they don't, I see how that could draw a lot of hate. But you have to understand, CM Punk was a WWE superstar, and obviously he developed connections over time. He knows people, and that's probably what got him into the UFC. And sometimes in life, and this is a shitty fact or a crappy fact, sometimes in life it's about who you know and not how well you do and not how well you perform and not how much hard work you put into it. Now, I'm not saying CM Punk hasn't put hard work into it. I'm saying he has put hard work into it. He's been training over a year to do it, and it's something he's serious about. And the reason why he gets to fight in the UFC with little experience to where people who are still trying to get into UFC with a bunch of experience, the reason why he gets to be in the UFC and they don't is because he has connections and he knows people. And a WWE superstar going to the UFC is going to make pay-per-view sales go up. Now, do I think CM Punk is going to beat Mickey Gall this Saturday at UFC 203 on September 10th, 2016? Yeah, I do. I have my money bet on CM Punk, and I think he's going to do really well. You know, some people are saying that CM Punk is crazy and stupid for doing the UFC, you know. But, you know, you guys have to understand, as I was saying, it's not something he just got up one day and was like, oh, I want to do this. It's not something that he, you know, had a craving for. It's something that he's wanted to do for a long time. So he's doing it. And at least he's doing it. Think of it. Think of how many goals and dreams that people have that they never chase. CM Punk has a goal and a dream to be in the UFC, and he's going for it, and he's trying. Or he has a goal and a dream to make it in the UFC, more specifically, to win, to become a fighter and respected, and he's going for it. That's a lot more courage than some people have. There's some people that go their whole lives without chasing their dreams or their passion, that just let life pass them by, and CM Punk is not letting that happen. He's chasing his dream, he's chasing his goals, and that is courage right there. I see a lot of people also saying, oh, a WWE superstar has no, you know, experience joining the UFC. But look at Brock Lesnar. He joined the UFC. And a lot of people will make the argument, oh, Brock Lesnar was a real wrestler. For those of you that do not know, Brock Lesnar was a real wrestler, like in high school wrestling and college wrestling, I believe. And he was an All-American champion, I think. Or at least that's what I read online. I really don't know much about Brock Lesnar. He's not really my favorite fighter. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for a fact that Brock Lesnar used to really wrestle. Not the fake wrestling, but the real wrestling. And a lot of people make that argument and say, oh, Brock Lesnar was a wrestler before he went to the UFC, that's why he did well. Sure, the wrestling experience helped him out, but did he have to work on other things like striking and ground and pound and his holds and stuff like that? Of course he did. And CM Punk has been working over a year on his striking, his grappling, his everything. And he's going into the UFC, so I really don't see the difference between the two people. Now, obviously, CM Punk has probably sparred with a lot of people. He's probably sparred with more than a dozen people. Now, does that mean he's going to do good? It doesn't mean anything. And many of you UFC fans know when it comes down to fight night, when it comes down to those two people in the cage, it comes down to two things. The person with superior skill, the better fighter, basically, and the person with a lot of luck. I've seen fights where people have been getting their ass beat and they throw one lucky punch and they knock somebody out. Or they throw one lucky kick and they knock somebody out. I've seen fights that everyone has a fan favorite. Like, oh, this fighter's going to knock this fighter out. This fighter's going to do great. And then that fighter winds up losing to the underdog. And CM Punk himself is an underdog story right now. Because he's going to fight Mickey Gall. Somebody that's already fought in the UFC. Somebody that's been training for it for a long time. A lot longer than CM Punk has. But CM Punk has dedicated a part of his life to train, to fight in the UFC. And he's the underdog. And he's got something to prove. So I think he has more drive than a lot of other people out there in the UFC. And that's one reason why I think he's going to do good. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Those are my thoughts on CM Punk. I think he's going to do well in the UFC. I don't really care what other people say that, oh, he sucks, this and that. You know, I've been a very huge fan of CM Punk for a long time. When he was in the WWE, when I was a kid, I rooted for him. I really liked him. And when I found out he was doing the UFC, I was like, oh man, this guy's not going to do well. And then I started watching his series on the UFC and stuff like that. And I was like, holy heck, this guy's putting a lot of hard work and dedication into it. And anybody who puts hard work and dedication into anything has a chance at doing really well. Now, am I saying that CM Punk's going to be the greatest fighter in the world? No. And am I saying that CM Punk is going to beat Mickey Gall at UFC 203 this Saturday, September 10th, 2016? No, I'm not saying he's for sure 100% going to beat him. I'm not saying he's the best fighter in the world. All I'm saying is he is putting hard work and dedication into training to be in the UFC, and hard work and dedication goes a long way. And hard work and dedication means you have a chance at doing well at something, and CM Punk is putting in that hard work and dedication. So I think he has a chance to do well in the UFC. Again, not saying he's going to be champion, not saying he's going to for sure win, but I think he's going to win, and my money's bet on CM Punk. Alright guys, got something to add in on my thoughts on CM Punk in the UFC. Now guys, another reason I think CM Punk is going to do really well is because where he trains. Now guys, in my opinion, no matter what sport, no matter what the athlete, I think where they train is very important, especially for UFC fighters. And now that CM Punk is in the UFC, he's training at a place called Rufus Sports. Now, Rufus Sports has put out some amazing MMA fighters, including former UFC champion Anthony Pettis. So, I don't see how people are saying CM Punk is going to do bad and bagging on CM Punk if the place he trains at put out former UFC champion Anthony Pettis. Just look at it this way for a second. Anthony Pettis, former UFC champion, trained at Rufus Sport, and he used the tools provided to him by Rufus Sport to become UFC champion. So if CM Punk is training at Rufus Sport also, and he's using the same tools as Anthony Pettis uses, I don't see how people are saying CM Punk is going to do bad. I mean, really think about it. Rufus Sport put out Anthony Pettis, one of the best fighters probably out there. So why can't Rufus Sport train another great fighter like CM Punk? If CM Punk has the same tools and the same people who trained Anthony Pettis, why can't CM Punk do well also? And those are my thoughts on CM Punk in the UFC. Anyways guys, hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. Anyways, love each and every single one of you. Hope to see you guys right back here tomorrow. And remember, stay freaky.